Testing. Oh, hello, Train 2.0 followers. Thanks for being with me. Let me tell you a story, and also let you know today's Tuesday, 5 p.m. is Tuesday. I go live with all the members of Train 2.0, and I answer all their questions. It's a Google Hangouts, so anyone can join in and ask questions, and I answer them. Face-to-face, one-on-one, show them video. Um, so yeah, let me tell you a story though. Today the story is about um, my shooting practice this summer. I learned that I did not have a very good shot, and I ever since probably ever since I learned to play hockey, I've been on this quest to achieve the magical abilities of the shot. Um, and and so when I was young, I'm trying to peg when it was, but basically, I one summer I just realized, okay, it's time to learn to shoot. Like it's time to get a good shot. So I asked around. I was like, hey, like what do I need to do? People were like, well, shoot a lot of pucks. I said, okay, here we go. And you hear the story of people, shooting against the barn wall again and again and again. Like that's how they get the great shot. So I did that. Okay, let me tell you a story of my garage. We had this pretty small, like a one-car garage, and we got a full NHL size net in there. So it took up, like, let's say 90% of the garage, or maybe 80% of the garage. But of course, I'm not going to try and shoot at the center of the net every time. I'm going to try and pick the corners. And as a result, I often miss the net, which my dad just didn't understand as to like why, if you have this whole net to shoot at, you're missing the net some of the time. Like you shouldn't be missing the net at all, in his opinion. But I wanted to pick the corners. And we had like our deep freeze on this side and the door on this side. And the whole side of the deep freeze is just dented, round, concave shape. Uh, and then the door had all these puck marks. So my dad had to set up all these foam things around and set them all up. And it was kind of funny, I found. So why am I telling this story? Because I shot a lot of pucks. Okay, my goal was 500 a day, and I shot 500 a day. So, and if you saw me shoot in a game, you'd be like, really, buddy? Like, doesn't look like it. And I mean, my shot got stronger, got better. My crappy technique got better, right? But I wasn't shooting like an NHLer. Okay, never did I have the mechanics of an NHLer. Um, they weren't shown to me, and I got some coaching advice that was kind of actually kind of threw me off, and I practiced that, and really like I've seen, and I when YouTube came out, I was just studying like, oh, how do the best people shoot? What are the drills? Blah blah blah. And I saw all these things, and I was like, how do you get this NHL like shot, right? And the answer is not through repetition. Um, like once you get the mechanics down, once you get the magic mechanics down, then repetition is going to help. But you need a lot less repetition than you think once you get the mechanics down. Okay, once you achieve those magic mechanics. So I see videos all the time now. I go look them up, and I try to get excited about hockey coaches, right? Videos, and they don't excite me because they're usually wrong and they're not giving the right advice. I hear people talking about weight transfer, getting flex on the stick with the bottom hand, but that's not it. It's not it. You guys, the magic mechanics of NHLers comes from something completely different. And once you figure it out, you effortlessly, bang, turn on an NHL-like shot. And it requires way less repetitions than you think. And if you guys check out my Instagram at Train 2.0, you guys will see that I had that. Just one sec. Are you out of here? Oh, okay. You guys will see a little bit of what the drill is. I'm not telling you what the keys are because those are for the members tonight, and the one-on-one clients that I work with. But you see a little, I'm just giving you little hints. Okay, you can try it out on your own. Okay, and if you'd like to cut that learning curve by about 10x, then come join, become a member, train2.0.com/membership, or check out the free training. And literally, that whip-like shot of having that puck pop off the stick effortlessly, with complete balance and control, the way that kind of shocks the goalies, the way that everyone goes, "Ooh, that's a good shot," right? This 14-year-old was just bang, 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 bang. One little drill. And I have, as a coach, I've been getting closer and closer and closer and closer to it. And then in the past a few weeks, I've really dialed it in on what those exact mechanics are, the magic mechanics, the little tiny thing that you need to do to change, that's going to make all the difference. This is literally the secret when you see NHL shooters shoot. And I studied them, I'm telling you, for hours and hours and hours. So anyway, that's what we'll be discussing in the membership webinar is the getting an NHL-like shot in way less repetitions than you think. And in fact, if you never got those mechanics, you couldn't repetition yourself there. It's just, it would not be possible. So I wanted to share that because, like I said, and the reason, or the reason I'm substantiating that is because I tried to repetition myself there. If 10,000 reps were the answer, I'd be there. 10,000 repetitions are not the answer. Magic mechanics are. And then as many repetitions as you need, a lot less than you think, to achieve mastery. So that's what I wanted to share today, is check out the Instagram. It would also show up on my Facebook. If you'd like to discuss things related to Hockey Wizards and the magic mechanics and the magic formulas that we use at Train 2.0 to take people's learning curve and cut it in half, cut it by a portion of 10. I'm not sure how to say that correctly. Go find the Train 2.0 Becoming a Hockey Wizard Facebook group. We're discussing cool, important stuff. Right now, you can contribute to the conversation. Our last post was talking about Daryl Belfry, really trying to distill what his biggest 3 messages are to any player. So that's what we're discussing. Please join in the conversation if you're watching. That's completely free to do if you're worried about pulling out your pocketbook, which I know the Wizards are not. But yeah. So that is what I have for you guys today on this YouTube live, is that I essentially want to give you guys hope. And as I go through my last little post-amble, I'd love for you to ask questions. What questions do you have? Normally Maxi Skater, if he's watching, is probably going to have a question about quick decision making. Yeah, I'll just let you guys know that, like I said, the message is that if you don't have an NHL-like shot, it's not because you're not practicing enough. It's not because you're not strong enough. It's not because it's your fault. It's not because you have a bad shot and you can never get a good shot. You're just a person with a bad shot, or just a player with a bad shot. It's not true. You do not use the right mechanics. That's why. That's why you've been struggling. So from now on, you're going to watch the best shooters on your team. You'll notice they have different mechanics than everyone else. You might wonder what they are. You might do your best to study them. I hope you find the answer. If you find yourself struggling, and if you find yourself curious, you may want to come back here where we discuss that, where I show you exactly what that is. So there it is. I got a question here I'll get to. Ryan Sweeney says, "Hi, I've seen your stride tips and I'm doing much better now. Thank you." Well, thank you, Ryan, for watching. I appreciate it. I do my best to distill the little things that make a big difference. I like to call them magic mechanics because, like I said, it's not that you're not a good skater. It's not that you're not strong. It's not that you're not a good stick handler. It's not that you have a bad shot. It's not that you're a bad playmaker. It's not that you have bad hockey sense. It's that the drones have programmed you to be a drone player if you let them, right? And some players, they allow, and let me know if you guys have any other questions because I'm just kind of riffing here. So shoot forth your questions. And just a reminder too, I'm going to be going live at 5 p.m. for my members, for members only webinar. So if you'd like to join, see what it's all about, you can get 7 days for free. I'd love to have you there, face to face to face to face to face, because it's Google Hangouts. Chatting, discussing. We'll be breaking down how to have an NHL-like shot. But yeah, that's my goal. Ian, where in Train 2.0 can we find the magic shot mechanics? It's not in there yet, but it will be. And Ian, if you tune in to the member webinar, we'll go over that, and it will be in there. Ian, you're pretty friggin' close to it though. We worked on that the last couple of times we worked together, but this will definitely help you this drill even more so. Who's that? It was my roommate. And Ian, basically, I'm going to be restructuring the members area to be simpler and easier for people to navigate, because there's a lot there right now. I'm not going to remove anything. I'm just going to restructure it so it's simpler. And the magic mechanics are kind of everywhere. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to put them in one spot for you so that it's simpler. Any other questions, members? So prepare your questions for tonight, members. 5 p.m. So in about an hour and a bit. Followers who are not yet members, check it out. You guys can click the link there. Any other questions, people who are watching? Well, if there's no other questions, I may as well take off, but give you guys a couple more minutes to ask some questions. Hey, feedback. You guys saw my latest Kane video. I had music on there and I took it off. What do you guys think? You like the music? No music? What's holding you back from becoming a wizard right now, creating magic in your career? Ask me anything. I'll point you in the right direction. Oh yeah, check out the new props app, or be ready for the props app. Think about that. And oh, there we go. Kevin, any tips to get more puck touches in a game? Thanks. Good question. Um, that's kind of one of Belfry's metrics for how much hockey sense do you have, which is how often do you get the puck. Um, one is really move less. You got to know when to move fast and when not to move fast. Generally, if you have to win a race, then you need to move fast. But um, when it comes to when your team has the puck, move less fast, move more laterally. If you do those things, you'll probably get more pucks, just generally speaking. So when it's time for win a race, be faster. But most of the time, people are moving too fast. They move themselves out of um, a position to receive a puck. So skate slower and more laterally. Dallin asks, what are good drills to practice for an NHL shot? There's about one magic one that I've found that, see, some people shoot like this naturally, right? They happen to learn the magic mechanics themselves when they first learn to shoot, and then others don't. And I was in the group who didn't. And, let's say about 20, 15, let's say 10 to 15% of hockey players learn or somehow adopt the NHL shot shooting mechanics. The rest, everyone can learn it, and it can be in the most efficient way, and I've experimented with everything. The most efficient way is with one drill, which is shown on my Instagram and will be dissected in the members area tonight. So there's a little teaser there on Instagram, and then I'm going to dissect it and explain it for my members in about an hour. So great questions, though. Let me know if you guys have any other questions. I'm hoping those answers make sense, at least. Ben asks, what's the most important shot to master? The snapshot, or the wrist shot, or the slap shot? See, my take on this is that we were just discussing this in the Facebook group. Kind of like, imagine, you're, I want to use the right analogy. But imagine, there's the master, the person who has the master key, right? And the person who has the master key can go along and unlock all the locks. So, to say, oh, one must master the slap shot. See, here's the thing: is my old roommate has probably one of the best shots I've ever played with, other than my old teammate who's in the NHL. But he's got a great shot if it's a slap shot, wrist shot, snap shot. So what he has is the master key. Right? And the master key is the principles of magic mechanics for an NHL shot. Right? And I talk about this. You can look with I got some stuff on Instagram. If you check out How to Hockey, I have an article on there. And I talk about some of the principles. So what you're not necessarily wanting to develop a certain shot, because here's the thing: is people are like, oh, is it, should you shoot with this knee bend or that knee bend or whatever? The thing is that the shot is variable, right? You could be shooting from any angle, under any type of pressure, with the puck here, there, anywhere. So you don't need a specific shot. You need to understand the magic mechanics, which are the principles of movement. It's the master key to unlock all locks. Okay, so if you have that master key to unlock all locks, you have a great shot. Okay, so it's not about mastering a shot to then master other shots. It's about mastering the magic mechanics to master all shots. That's kind of that Archimedes lever, the 80-20 approach to developing your shot. Hope that makes sense, Ben. Great question. Any other questions before I go here? Great questions. Thank you guys very much for asking them. Appreciate you guys coming on. All right. Okay, for those of you who are members, I'll see you guys in about an hour. And everyone else, we'll see you on the next live cast, which will probably be tomorrow midday at some point. So we'll see you then.